Hey guys, Kyle the Death Knight of Anime here, bringing you my review for One Piece episode 850. And I'm sorry this one was late. Guys, I really wanted to get this one out early, but apparently after I recorded my Attack on Titan review, like my pretty much computer and my it's starting to seem like my computer was starting to give me issues, and then from there, like it kind of the connection issues kind of extended all the way to Crunchyroll. So like I had to restart my computer in order to watch the episode on Crunchyroll now or whatnot. So it's like, yeah, like it was like one problem led to another, and I couldn't fucking watch the episode properly until I freaking restarted my computer, I guess. But yeah, so anyway, I'm bringing you guys the episode now, and right off the bat, do you know what the scary part of this episode was? The fact that even after being caught in a giant explosion and and just and just Pedro like doing all he did, Peros Perospero not only survived, but it reinforced just how strong the Big Mom pirates are, and it basically showed that for all of Perospero's efforts, all he did was stall for time. Nothing he did actually helped in the long run, other than to pretty much other than to weaken, weaken the other than to weaken the candy bastard Perospero, which I guess in that case it could be considered a victory in itself, as it did prevent Perospero from using his Devil Fruit power to stop them. But really, in the grand scheme of things, that was only one. That was really only one minor problem that was handled in a long list of shit that was being stacked against the Straw Hats in this episode. So, as as fucking and basically that and Nami and Carrot's faces pretty much at seeing Perospero survive pretty much said it all. Pedro did all that, and it did nothing other than weaken him. Like, the Big Mom pirates are not only monsters, but it's like he in the end Pedro basically sacrificed himself for very little, if if not nothing, then very little at all. Like his sacrifice was just was mine. Very even did very little, or did minor things at the very least. Because okay, yeah, and the thing is, okay, yes, they definitely got away, but let's face facts. This chase isn't over yet. The Big Mom pirates are still going to be in pursuit of the Straw Hats even after their escape, and yeah, it's like, damn, yeah, it's it's insane. And that and in a way, all this like craziness, it does actually play into something else I kind of enjoyed about the episode, which is that I will admit, pacing wise, it wasn't the greatest, but what the episode lacked in pacing, it made up for by continuously stacking the odds against the Straw Hats, making it harder and harder for them to escape until the very end. But again, even then, I don't think they're completely out of the woods. I think the Big Mom pirates are still going to be hot on their tail even after that. And I'll be honest, even a couple times, I was actually on the edge of my seat, wondering how the hell they were even going to how they were even going to escape, even after all Pedro attempted to do. But yeah, so in that essence, I guess you could say that the episode did good at getting like an actual feeling of dread and emotion out of me. Very small, but still there. And of course, the one scene that really got me was me antici- me anticipated was the final scene of Luffy dragging Katakuri into the mirror. And we've all seen the opening that teased this fight, but trust me, that's all it was, a tease. You anime onlys, for as few as there are left out there, you guys got no idea the epicness that's gonna come from this fight. It's one of Luffy's toughest for sure, even tougher than Rob Lucci, and that's saying something because the Rob Lucci fight was already epic and insanely dragged out, and insane in just how much of a drag out knuckle bound brawl it was. Like, I guess what I'm saying is you could pretty much take the Rob Lucci fight and times it by like 10 or 100 or something, like that's pretty much that's pretty much what this fight is going to be. It's going to be the Rob Lucci fight times like 100 or more. Like it's definitely going to be that. It's going to be on that level for sure, or definitely on that level anyway. Um, and now, having said that, with in I've kind of had this fear ever since. I've kind of had this fear for a while now, and it's definitely gotten a little stronger as we got closer to this point in the series. But my only concern about this fight right now is that Toei could actually drop the ball with the art animation in this fight, and like I said, that's one thing that you definitely don't want to do in this fight. You want the art and animation in this fight to look amazing, like, but I'm not sure. I just hope that Toei can kind of stay as much on the game, and I don't expect it to look like perfect, like 100% perfect, but at least somewhere in the range of I want the episode to be in the range of at least 90 or 95% good at the very least. And but yeah, and so yeah, right now Toei, you're basically, there's a lot of, you're kind of on my watch list with this fight. Like, make it look good. That's all I'm saying. Because trust me, with this fight, you definitely don't want to fuck up the art and animation. That's for sure. Um, Now, can we just take a moment and appreciate Luffy's development as a captain in this chapter, specifically as a captain? Because from the moment he met eyes with Katakuri, Luffy knew exactly what he had to do and what he had to sacrifice in order to make sure to ensure his crew would get away. Now, of course, of course, in the end, Luffy's gonna join up with them again. That's kind of inevitable with One Piece. Like, there's always the formula of he defeats the main boss, and he rejoins his crew. But yeah, it's like, but with this whole setup, it just shows how much Luffy's learned from just being on this island, and that, yeah, the Yonko truly aren't like any other enemy he's faced before, and that making split-second decisions like the one he made to fight Katakuri do in fact mean the difference between surviving or dying. And I'm curious how Luffy's gonna take the lessons he's learned on this island and apply it to the future when he's up against Kaido. Because if if this whole conflict with the Big Mom Pirates has been like climbing a mountain, then fighting Kaido in the future is gonna be like fighting 10 fucking mountains or 100 fucking mountains. I don't know. Like, it's gonna be tough, and I wonder how he's gonna take the lessons he's learned here and apply them to the future. Cause and the thing is with this fight of Luffy versus Katakuri, we have to realize that this isn't even Luffy fighting the main boss too. It's just him fighting like pretty much the second best boss. It's like he's basically getting like, I'm not saying this to kind of diminish Katakuri as a legitimate threat, but in a certain way, Luffy's just kind of getting sloppy seconds here. He's getting the sloppy seconds here because he couldn't take on Big Mom, so he's being forced to fight the second strongest enemy here. This is something that Zoro would actually end up doing, but yeah, it's like, damn, like when you realize it like that, like Luffy is like in a really interesting situation with this fight. Now, like I said, the episode wasn't perfect, and the obvious pinpoint problem with it is, again, the pacing. But if I had to pinpoint the slowest moments in the episode, it was probably a combination of the Jinbei going step by step to reinitiate the Kuda burst, and surprisingly, the backstory with Carrot and Pedro. And don't get me wrong, it was a great backstory, and it provided some great development and characterization for who Carrot is as a character, and just how she ended up getting like her gloves and just her overall fighting style. But it did feel like, well, like there were portions of that backstory, just small portions, that could have been cut, just a touch, just could have been cut, or just like shortened just a bit. But then again, it was extended compared to the manga, so maybe that's it. But yeah, guys, that's my review. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter and Facebook. That not me, signing off. Later, guys.